All right, here we are back. Make sure I'm recording. Yep. We're at a customer's house here. Of course, complaining of some mole activity. Set in the side yard, backyard. So we'll have a little walk around and see. Initially, you can probably see activity here, kind of in my shadow right there. All up through here, all along here. Probably, maybe see it a little bit better from this angle. You can actually see where the grass is starting to yellow out. Okay, up here by the road, some activity. Who knows where this guy, is coming from? Could be from over in the neighbor's yard. Could be, who knows, from this side of the street. So really, what we'll do is we'll maybe set 2 traps up in here. And what I look for when it's all just kind of no real rhyme or reason, you can kind of see here where it kind of zigzags back and forth. And there's this one section right here that's kind of a singular run. I'll probably go ahead and set one there. Maybe somewhere in there. And then back up here, we got this kind of blows up right here, and then it kind of bottlenecks down and kind of blows back up. So maybe we'll set one, like right here on this tunnel. So we'll go ahead and get going right here. Make sure we're in frame. Okay. Really dry out here. Super dry. So we're just going to start again. Small excavation here. Find that tunnel going both ways. And we're just going to pull that dirt out of there. You can see I've already opened it up. Actually, probably just the same width as the trap. And that's really what you want. Maybe a little bit narrower. We're just going to trap in and then down. Down in there. Setters, light downward pressure, let it close. And if it doesn't, if the trap doesn't close completely under its own power when you're cycling it, it has to. So you want to make sure that, that it's able to close under its own spring power before you start backfilling it. Before you actually set it and then backfill it. So. That's that. Let's set this one down here. That's what I like about, these stakes is I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 traps. Set them down, pick them up onto the next spot to set traps. So we'll set another one right here. Kind of see where this comes down, and then it kind of goes down and blows up. So let's go ahead and we'll set one right here. Sometimes I'll use my hoary knife to kind of get most of the dirt out of there, especially when it's drier like this. And then I'll come back afterwards with my spoon. Another reason I like to really clean out the tunnel is because sometimes it gets to the point, especially in the summer, when it's hot and dry, and or on surface tunnels, you just don't have much dirt to backfill. If you get every little bit of dirt out of there that you can, you've got more dirt to funnel back in around the trigger pan and backfill it. So that's that. All right, so normally I like to walk the entire yard real quick and just do a once over just to see what's going on. If I see an area that has like super fresh activity, you know, I want to obviously concentrate on that versus, you know, maybe an area that might appear to be some older activity. So, but for these videos, I'm just going to kind of work my way through yards. Yeah, in general, you know, if you've got the time, I generally like to bust through the yard real quick once just to get a look. So like, for example, you come back here and, you know, obviously we see all these mounds. And another little trick with mounds is a lot of times you can tell how fresh the mounds are by, you know, the moisture in the soil. So you can see these mounds here, they're all dry, but if you take it and kick, okay, so we're probably 1/2 inch, you know, these were probably pushed up maybe a day or two ago. If you just go to it and you just knock the very top layer off and there's moisture there, you know that it was, you know, pretty recently. And obviously if you get there and the mounds still have moisture on the, you know, if the surface looks like this where, you know, there's moisture, you know that hole is pretty much very active right then and there. So this is what I'm dealing with here. You can see all these mounds. Now, you know, I'm gonna say a lot of stuff that's pretty apparent to trappers that have been doing it for a while. You don't set the traps on the mounds. You want to find the tunnels. Obviously, you know, singular tunnels like this tunnel right here, this little jumper right here that kind of goes over to this area, you know, that would be a good spot. You can see where the mole was coming over and going into this raised garden bed. That's a very popular spot for mole activity. You can see over there along the edge, there's activity. So, you know, in an area like this, we'll set a few traps. There's activity all over here. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's all around here. Not a ton over here. A little bit over in here. Up into here. Now we can see some tunnels here. You can see like right here. This one that zigzags, meanders. You know, something like that might be a good spot, but really let's concentrate on this area here. So, you know, we'll maybe set one here and then we'll go up, we'll hit that spot, of course, coming in and out of that raised garden bed. So yeah, it's getting pretty dry here. We need some rain big time. Push it down. Cycle it. Now this trap is 100% bedded. That's what you want. Okay. I feel pretty good about that. That line right there is not mole. That's something that's been trenched in. That's going up to the house. So we got one there. You know, we can, normally, you know, I get asked a lot, how many traps do you set? You know, I try to set 2 to 3 for every mole that I think is, you know, in an area. So we're seeing lots of activity around this tree, which is very common. You know, little feeding areas, just meandering tunnels. Same over here. Some older stuff, I think. This looks like it might be a little bit older. And if you're unsure, you know, pop it open. I see some cracking here. Cracking is another sign that, you know, we don't know exactly when this mole came through here. If the cracked soil here was had moisture in it, you could see the moisture, then you would know that it was pretty fresh. But you know, the whole thing is you don't want to necessarily overthink it. You know, if you see something and your gut tells you to, you know, hey, you set a trap there, you know, it's not going to hurt if, you know, starting out until you gain some experience, just set heavy, you know. There's no rule that says that you have to only set 2 traps per mole, or there's 1 mole, 1 trap, you know. That's silly. You know, if the traps were super expensive, I'd say, yeah, you know, don't overset. But, you know, for as affordable as, you know, really all the traps are on the market, it's silly not to set more. Okay. Set one there. And really anywhere around here that you can, you know, get a trap on. Even if it's just a short section, you can see it just kind of, I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but you can see that it's just kind of a mess here. And we see one tunnel that kind of comes out of here that's singular. My kind of rule of thumb is that if you can, whoa, see how that tunnel just opened up on me right there? Because I wasn't paying attention. That's wider than I like, but I'm gonna go ahead and set it anyway. Be real careful not to open it up anymore. Yeah, see that? That's no good, but I planned on actually setting another one down over this way, so. Yep. So again, that thing's in there. Bedded, that's important. Got to be bedded, and that's why you kind of push it down and set it. And those jaws will actually open up and hold it down into the ground. That is why you set it while it's down in the ground, down in the tunnel. Let's go ahead and set one more back here. There's a little bit more moisture in the ground back here, so kind of comes out zigzags. So here, look at this right here. This is fresh. See that? This is fresh. So he's definitely been around this area today. So we'll be sure to, you know, get a trap. If you're working with an area that's just all tore up, just find yourself a good 18-inch section of singular tunnel, get a trap on it. You know, don't overanalyze. Don't think that you can't set on a feeding area, because everybody says don't set on feeding areas. You set where you want, and you'll figure out what works for you. let's walk around. Got one over there, so that kind of covers that. Nothing up by the pool. Feeling pretty good about it. Nothing down there. Okay. And he said there was nothing in the front yard. This customer's pretty good about a little bit of activity, something here, no, not mole. He's pretty good about knowing what's mole and what's not. Yeah, front yard looks fine. So we'll do a quick recap, walk back around. I like to, if I think that there's a slight possibility that you could catch one before you leave, I'll do just a quick walk back and check them. So we had a bunch of activity around this tree, and this is probably all the same guy, might be two, but I mean, you can see here I've got like 5 traps set, so that whole 2 to 3 traps for one mole is kind of, there might be 2 though, so you just never know. Fresh activity right there we looked at. This is all fresh. The other thing you can see is the grass hasn't turned yellow yet. A lot of times those tunnels will cause the grass to turn yellow. Like right here, this is a little bit older. This is all new. This is probably today. So really, see how this is all tore up, and then there's this nice little singular section right here. Open that up. Got a little bit wider than we wanted there. But that's okay. Kind of in a hurry. Don't want this video to take forever. Come on, get on there. There we go. Okay, there. A couple up here. Going into the raised garden bed. Yeah, it's hard to. And then actually you can see right here, a little bit lighter yellow. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, a little trail there going over to that tree. Yeah, you can see right here. That would be a good spot because he's probably got a nest under that tree. Some moles like to nest under trees. They like the roots, gives them feeling of security. They feel safe. So and then we got these 2 up here by the road. And this one's already gone off. So this is the one out by the road. All right. Got him. Fresh catch, baby. There we go. Nice big boy. Quick kill, too. All right, so, I mean, realistically, this could be the one guy doing all the damage here and back there, but we're going to come back in probably 4 or 5 days, and we'll do another check and see if maybe we can snag another one. Awesome. Thanks for watching.